Hi. Oh, yeah. I cannot thank you enough. I mean, Tony Healed. I'll take any day, any match to destroy a member of the faction. But Tony. Never will a win be more wonderful than beating him. And you know what? I admire your plan. You're a real big picture kind of guy. I like that. I get it. Uh-huh. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Sounds good. Kick his ass, destroy him, make him hate life, feel bad about himself, and cry to his daddy, Scribbs, or whoever. Yeah. Alright, great. You know what? I look forward to working with you again. Bye-bye now. Time to go slaughter a helpless child.
What's up, Face-Off fanatics? Welcome back. It is the movie Trivia Face-Off. I am the most exciting man around. I am Andrew the Elk Kelk, and I will be calling a spectacular match today. We've got We've got one amazing competitor, and also the Fraction is represented today. That's right, James Spence versus Tony Healed. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight, and I'm pretty sure that for the first time ever, I may not get a word in edgewise. Just a guess on this one. But before I get cut off and my partner gets cut off, I want to introduce my desk partner for the day. Very happy to have him here with us. He's a great competitor in the movie Trivia Face-Off, and he's happy to be here and calling this match because who wouldn't be happy to be sitting next to the Elk? Welcome, Ryan Caramel Mountain Payne.
How you doing, Andrew? Yeah, I'm definitely happy to be here. Got nothing else to do. I'm just sitting up on top of a literal mountain, and apparently I forgot to pretty much buy myself drinks, so I'm just stuck here until the wind passes over so I can make the trek down to civilization. So I'm willing to call this match.
Well, of course you are. Who wouldn't want to be sitting at the desk with the Elk, calling a match here in the movie Trivia Face-Off? And what a great match we've got today. I got to ask you, Ryan, what are your thoughts on today's match? How many points is Spence going to win by? And will it be a knockout?
That's a good question you asked me. Although I will be honest, I have definitely seen both of these men play before. I will be amazed if we get a third round here. I mean, I want to be as big as possible, but I am just going to be blunt and say this right now. If James is not behind by 5 points, then he's got a fighting shot. But if Tony ends up dominating the first round, or he ends up throwing like 5 to 6 curses per second by the time we get to the second round, then I'm expecting at least maybe a TKO, or just I don't know, we go into the third round with an amazingly 3-by-3 points, meaning nobody is going to get more than 10 in this match. That's just my blunt opinion.
All right, well, Ryan Payne, I've said some nice things about you in the past, and clearly it's a mixed bag. You know that it's good to be here with the Elk, but you just don't know a great competitor like James Spence when you see one. The Dollhouse representing, of course, folks. I don't need to talk up James Spence, and I certainly won't be talking up Tony Healed. They're going to do that for us. We're going to take it to the interviews with both of our competitors, and Healed with his manager Scribbler. Let's go to that right now.
Howdy, folks. Y'all know me, I'm the Hillbilly, and I'm here today with my man, the Smashmouth, Tony Healed. Now, y'all know we've been spending a lot of time going back and forth with that there Ruby feller, and we kind of have lost sight of why we are here. We're here to clean this place up. We're here to deal with all the rascals and knuckleheads in the MTFO. And you know who's at the top of that list? That there Dollhouse.
Here we are again. You know, I want to take a little bit of a break after my last match in the singles division. Haven't been properly laid out on a platter by Michael Campbell. And you know what they call me back for? To face some posh geezer from Diagon Alley, Mr. Tony Healed, the man who has been pining and chasing after me for months. And I know, he wanted Dollface. He wanted the greatest woman who has ever faced the fan leagues. or whatever creature or whatever realm she came from, she's too good for you. So you have me, who was probably ready to just, yeah, I'll get back to that.
Right. So, I should be building this up. I should be saying, oh, this is a really hard match. This should be a really big challenge. But it's Spence. And I wish I could say that it's like he's going to be such a formidable competitor. He's going to have such great knowledge on him. He's going to have so much heart. But I try not to be a liar. I really try. Like, James is a very good trash talker. He's very good at writing down his little lines and getting ready. Like, framing his 90s hair. Like, dear God, he looks like he's the boy band from the 90s that got kicked out for being too weird.
Oh, who is he with today? The Scarecrow, who the wizard forgot to give a brain to. You don't scare me. Your little fraction. You guys can't even do math correctly. You just sit there wanting attention. I want to be taken seriously. You're a joke. No one respects you. No one cares about you. And you just think everything is owed to you. You think I'm a hand-me-down. You think the league handed me off to you. Tony, I know you just want to. First, I'm gonna kill you like we killed Jack of all trivia. I will tear you limb from limb. The only thing left from you will be your pathetic brain, lying on the floor, asking questions but just flopping around like the dead fish you know you are as a player. So, hey Tony, go yourself.
It's gonna be a very simple case, open and closed book. I am coming just to humble that boy. I don't care if he's cornered. I don't care if he's light. I don't care if he's rice. He's getting bloody mullered. And because they've asked me, this is the swear jar that Face Off have forced me with. I am ready, and if he can swear, Spence, I'm mate, you getting
Got some amazing promos coming at us from two competitors today, one of whom is worth a darn. And we've got the Fraction out there. They're on what some would call a suicide mission, going up against the Dollhouse. I can't believe it. It all just doesn't add up. That's a math joke for you, Ryan. What do you think? You think these two competitors are going to be able to keep themselves below 5 squares per minute?
I will be amazed if they're able to at least not say more than 10, but 5 is you being generous. And look, I'm just gonna say the Fraction, they have been getting a lot of buzz around lately. I mean, they've already gotten from what I saw from the Hillbilly's last holler up, he and his group is already starting to deal with a different Kingslayer out there in the league. So going up against you guys, it's pretty sure they are fractioning themselves across the board. But you know what? I say all props to them, I mean, you guys have definitely had your dominant run across the league, so I definitely look forward to see how strong your grip is across here. Because from what I've been hearing across the room, from wherever I am on my mountain, there are some people that are starting to look at challenging the Dollhouse. So maybe this is the Dollhouse's way of letting everyone know that you guys are the top dogs. If not, let's just say the Fraction might find some holes into your theories, or they might find a weakness in your group.
Well, it is going to be an exciting matchup. I am absolutely looking forward to seeing how this one rolls out, even though we're going to get our competitors in here in just a moment when you are ready. And it's true, the Fraction has been getting some eyes on them. Can't look away from a train wreck or a crime scene. Have to check it out. Let's get this one underway. And before the match is done, hopefully Healed Swearjar can fund a vacation for all of us to the Bahamas.
I would love that.
All right, let's get it going for you. We are going to introduce our competitors. Introducing first. Accompanied to the ring by his manager, Hillbilly Scribbs. He is a member of the Fraction. He is Tony Smashmouth Healed.
Hey up. Oi, oi.
Greetings, gentlemen. Greetings. Welcome to the slaughter.
Definitely one hell of an entrance. I've never seen one ready to knock themselves out.
That's the reason why I'm crazy.
Maybe a little bit of smarts on his part, getting himself knocked out before his opponent can do it for him. Speaking of his opponent, let's bring him in here. He represents the greatest faction in the history of the movie trivia face-off, the Dollhouse. He is the cleaner, the man you know as James Spence.
Glad to be back. Aren't you the cutest little grandpa ever, Tony? And Elk, for respect to you, I'll keep my frick frack patty wax to a minimum.
Okay, I think we won't be doing a lot of that today.
Tony,
Somebody's
you're
gonna
the
get
lowest
some
rent
gas
SpongeBob
bucks
character I've seen in a while.
Tony.
I just don't want to hear him talk.
Emergency going on over there for Tony. We will get
I'm
that
not allowed
dealt
to
with.
swear, so I
I
have to
got
resort to
you
just
want
natural
them?
sounds.
I can help cover your gastrointestinal whatever the hell's going on in there.
It's called raspberries, mate. It's
Look,
what
fellas,
you do.
there
Like, you put
is
your
a-
tongue out and you blow and you make a noise. Like,
You know all
let me
about
go
blowing,
into
wouldn't you,
teacher mode
little
here.
suck up?
So, what?
You know all about blowing, wouldn't you little suck up?
Yes, well done. Thank you for making light of my sexuality. That is a very fun and amusing joke that you made. Good job, sir. Jolly good show. Jolly good show.
Thank
A
you.
little bit of homophobia for the start of the match. You already started with the xenophobia, homophobia. Let's just go. Do you have anything to say to Ryan? You horrible, horrible man.
I'll give respect to people who deserve it. You don't.
Okay,
All right, there.
enough with the shots, everybody. Let's just get this going.
James
I may be
Spence.
the only one not part of a faction here, so I think I'm pretty much the fork in the middle of the road between you two guys. And with the Elk here being very generous, I think we should all be pretty much grateful of his time and the time that we are all spending here together.
All right, Ryan, I could not agree with you more that the Elk is generous. I share myself with all you lovely people out there. What could be a better gift than that?
Why is this man so sexual
Ryan.
already?
Because you're here.
Jesus wept.
It is exactly what we thought it was going to be, Ryan. It is two guys talking endlessly. I don't think we're going to get a lot in here, but if you are ready, I am ready to get this match going. Ready to go, Ryan?
Yeah, the only thing missing is either a big-ass pizza so I can enjoy this show, but let's get going.
All right, and our competitors, I'm loath to give them another chance at this, but real quick, guys, one-word responses, if at all possible. Tony, are you ready?
Banana.
Take that as a banana. James, are you ready?
My safe word is pineapple juice.
Surprisingly, two things that can go on pizza.
Ban him.
You're
Ban him.
What?
Ban him now.
I said surprisingly. I did not say
No,
they are
no,
my favorite.
No,
No,
2v1 now. We're getting rid of Ryan.
What's that thing?
don't
The
get that
plantains
reference.
you can do on pizza, which is really good. Banana though, that's absolute rank.
Maybe. Unless you guys go to the worst cooks in America, they will tell you how much they like to put pineapple juice in there. So, James, you should retract yourself from that little statement.
You know what? No.
Okay, gentlemen, I've got it
bench.
ready from each and every person out there. And James, I know you want to fire back. Just hold on for now. You'll have a lot to talk about after you win this match, which we are ready to get going right now with round number. Gentlemen, your rules for the first round of this matchup. 8 questions from 8 various fields of the movie trivia galaxy. Each question, if answered correctly, is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question this round. There are no steals in this round. Each competitor will write the answer on their whiteboard. They will have 15 seconds and they will verbalize the answer at the same time they show their board to the camera. Gentlemen, you each have 3 repeats available to you and 1 challenge. If you need clarification on those rules, please let me know. I'll be happy to help you out. Clarification is necessary, then going.
I have many questions about the rules. Like, who set them up? Why is only 3? Why not 5? Why not 2? How many questions could you get right with just saying the word no, I refuse to answer this? These are the questions I want answered.
Gentlemen, let's just get going with this match. And in the words of my grandfather, plant your feet, grit your teeth, and eat that horse. Let's just get over with.
I'm vegetarian.
What the hell is wrong with your grandfather? I don't eat horses.
I've had it
that's
before.
a
It's actually
shame
quite
on you.
nice. Back
That's a
when I
shame
was
on you.
used to eat meat.
It's
They do
so
it in France
tough. It's like being a human. It's just so.
It's
great.
tough. It's, if you get steak
Well,
of it,
with
it's
all
really
that
tough,
blood
but
on
it's
your
good.
visor, I'm surprised that you have quit eating people.
Let's get it going, boys. Competitors comes to you from the field of drama. your category. Is what famous screenwriter wrote A Few Good Men? A lot of people yelling over each other in a courtroom. I almost feel like we're going to reenact that today, Ryan.
Yeah, the only difference is that no one here serves in the military, so there is no 4 of decorum.
4, 3, and 1. And first we will go to Tony. Tony, your answer.
West Wing Zone, Aaron Sorkin.
Is the correct answer. James.
Aaron Sorkin.
Hey, got a question right.
Go
Well
ahead.
done. Well done, Aaron. No, Aaron. Well done, James. I can't. You're so irrelevant to me. I don't remember your name.
Your brain already
give me a
thought
round
of your
applause?
oversized ears.
Okay, gentlemen, let's get on to the next question because this will take all night, and I do not want to miss that beautiful sunset. So here we go. Your second question in the realm of comedies. In 1984's Ghostbusters, what is the full name of Rick Moranis' character?
Ghostbusters, many people say it's an all-time classic. I was just old enough to enjoy Ghostbusters 2 and not realize the problems with that film.
There's people now in my age looking back at Ghostbusters and they're seeing some issues with the first one. It still holds up, but there are certain
5
characters they kind of feel sorry for now.
and 1.
All right, James, we'll start with you. What do you have?
Pretty sure I'm wrong. I got Egon Gozer.
And Tony, what do you have?
I hate Ghostbusters, but I think it's the Keymaster.
Unfortunately, both of you are wrong. The correct answer is Louis Tully. He does become the Keymaster, but his name is Louis Tully. So we
I got
have
2 characters, though.
Looks like we do have James, who did know a couple characters from that movie, and very good shot by Heald, but no correct answer there. No points on the board, keeping it tied up. Gentlemen, your next question will be coming to you from the category of horror/thriller. James Spence, I'm going to be watching your answer very closely. At the beginning of 1982's The Thing, what is the side of?
Sorry, you cut out. I didn't hear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a little bit of a wording problem. At the beginning of 1982's The Thing, the title creature is inside animal.
This is definitely a movie which practical effects still hold up and still creep the hell out of me when I watch this.
I'm going to give you a couple of extra seconds, gentlemen, and rephrase slightly. At the beginning of 1982's The Thing, the title creature is what type of animal? Not inside of, the creature is what type of animal? I'll give you an extra 5 seconds.
The ending still drives me crazy.
5,
Not the only thing driving you crazy today.
2,
Oh, take
1.
those shades off, look me in the eye.
Tony.
Shot in the dark. Cat.
Very, very close. Not what we were looking for. James, tell him the correct answer.
He's a dog.
A dog. A dog. The end of that movie is a great one, Ryan. It's not the first time I've questioned a child's motivation. Ha ha ha. And why don't you take away the next question?
That's why he's not allowed near schools anymore.
And that's your job, Johnny.
Yeah, it's my job. Well done.
All right, guys, I'm about to jump into a decade we are all familiar with, and that is the 2000s. Now, your question in the 2000s. Name one of the 3 Oscars that Avatar won at the 2009 Oscars.
I don't remember a lot about this movie, but I'm sure I saw it.
Yeah, the hype pretty much killed it for me, so I just waited till it was on DVD.
Dances with Smurfs.
Or
You know
going
what?
rogue
If you
on the
answered cat
Smurfs.
here, you could be even
2.
closer, but still wrong.
Pens down.
All right, James, we will go to you.
Best visual effects.
And Tony,
Cinematography.
you are both correct. It won an award in visual effects, cinematography, and art direction.
What? No Best Supporting Actor for Giovanni Ribisi? What?
James Spence, despite being a very close personal friend and a member of the Dollhouse, you say something that just cannot be explained. All right, gentlemen, your question is going to come to you in the category of animated films. Animated films. What is the name of the red car voiced by Owen Wilson in the Cars franchise? Do you like the Cars movies, Ryan?
Well, the first one, it took me a while. It grew on me, but pretty much like everybody else. The second one killed it. Third one, they did their best, but you know, it's like when you're the third movie in a trilogy, it's hard to get past the sequel.
4, 3, 2, and 1. We will go to Tony.
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen is the correct answer. James, did you have it?
The third movie is the only one worth the damn right. It's Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, the third one is really good.
Looks like Spence maintains his 1 point lead as we move.
Guys, I'm allergic to BS.
I don't believe that that's a true statement, Mr. Caramel Mountain, because you would have died by now. We don't have
Can I
EpiPens
challenge
available.
that he's lying, therefore isn't worthy to be on the desk?
James, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to talk about being worthy on the desk, just track over up to my mountain and call me out, and I will gladly throw you off.
Please do. Please do. I want to see that.
All right, James Spence fighting everybody as is his want, but he does have a 1 point lead looking good for right now. Ryan, why don't you go to the next question?
All right, let's see if this will continue that lead. And we are moving into a decade that at least 3 of us were not born in, the 70s. Now, for your question in the 70s, name one of the children who is allowed into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory besides Charlie.
Do you need the full name?
Yes.
Full names. Question. I mean, there's some tough names. You got to drag them up, but there's a lot of options for this film.
That is true.
5 options, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And 5, 4, 3, 1, pens down.
All right, let's go to James, see if you'll keep that lead.
Veruca Salt.
That is one of them. And Tony?
First one to go, Augustus Gloop.
Yep. Both are correct, so James will maintain that 1 point lead.
Also, I like how James decided to choose the bratty one, the one that just wants everything on a plate, the one that can't understand the word no. That is so typical of him.
And
Don't
pretty
care
much
how
just
I
like the
want it
bratty
now.
one, if he stands on a measuring platform, he will go down because he is a bad egg.
Also, the scales will go down because it's quite chunky.
All right, let's throw it back to me. I'm the only bad egg around here. No bonus questions for you, gentlemen, so there are no bonus points. Spence looking to maintain his lead as we get into the penultimate question for this round. That's the second to last one for all of you out there who didn't pass grade school. Hillbilly, you're welcome.
I don't think you need to be
Family
inventing.
films.
Well, if these movies are to be judged correctly, nobody would pass grade school if you watch these movies.
They've watched these particular movies. Gentlemen, your question is: Tarantino regular plays the foster dad of Jesse.
Yeah, cut out.
Yeah, technical repeat.
Free Willy, what Tarantino regular plays the foster father of Jesse?
I swear I was completely into this movie, mainly because of that Michael Jackson song that played towards the end.
I just hate that
Hey,
you're
Ryan,
asking about this.
I know you are a nice guy. I've said some nice things about you in the past, but that crack about at least 3 of them in the 70s, I think you're taking a shot at me, and I don't appreciate that. 5.
Oh no, my dad dominates me in 70s movies,
3.
so that's not a crack. That's just showing
We don't need to hear about your dad dominating you. That's saved for after dark.
Don't watch that show. Don't watch it. Go to mbelive.com instead.
Yeah, nobody watched that.
Our competitors for their answers.
All right.
It's Tony, actually.
James Spence. Oh, it's Tony first? Let's go to Tony.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jeff Daniels, but he's not Tarantino, so Tim Roth.
Tim Roth is not the correct
shit.
answer. Does the cleaner have it?
6 movies, I believe, so 6 points. Michael Madsen.
Is absolutely correct, extending his lead to 2 points. And Ryan, you want to get that final question.
All right. Let's see if James can continue to dominate with the final question, and that is in fantasy sci-fi. All right, guys. In what fantasy movie does protagonist Tristan Thorne seek a star named Yvain or Yvonne? I'm terrible at pronouncing names.
What the hell?
The star's name is Yvaine.
Yes.
Wait a second, because I got this wrong a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I'll just repeat that because I'm terrible at pronouncing names.
Thank you.
In what fantasy movie does protagonist Tristan Thorne seek a star named Yvaine? Yvain, Ivan, ugh, God.
It's a weird Russian name.
Yvain, I say tomato. And
That's not the whole thing, Guff. Hey!
3.
All right, time has elapsed, gentlemen. Let's go to James.
Is the one with stripper Robert De Niro Stardust?
Tony.
Stardust with the best song from Take That as the outro music.
All right, both get a point, and James continues that 2-point lead heading into round 2.
That's right, Ryan. It's looking the way that I expected it to look. James already out to an early lead. Wheel round could go in his favor, and if it does, he may be putting himself in a position to close this match out, which is, of course, my predicted outcome. But we're going to have to see how it all plays out as we get to the wheel round. Let's get to it right now. All right, so round number 2. How do the rules work, Ryan?
All right, thank you, Elk. In round 2, the wheel round, the rules work like this. Each competitor will spin the wheel. Both competitors have the option to respin if they land on a slice they don't like, except if they land on opponent's choice. Now, each competitor will get 4 questions from each category of their choice. The questions are worth 2 points, but if they go to multiple choice, the question will only be worth 1 point. And the opponents are allowed to steal if the competitor gets it wrong. And since nobody has asked for repeats, they are still in effect as well as challenges. Back to you, Elk, and can you please tell us those sweet, sweet categories?
I absolutely can, Ryan. Gentlemen, your categories on the wheel today will be comedies, Cameron Diaz, action-adventure, 1990s, Quentin Tarantino, the Rocky franchise, David Fincher films, modern classics, Sly and Arnie, which, for clarification, will not include any Rocky because that is also on the wheel, gentlemen, and Oscar films, as well as, of course, spinners and opponent's choice.
Jolly good.
And Ryan, it looks like James Spence is in the lead. Why don't you see if he wants to go first or second?
All right, James, do you want to spin the round to have a opposing lead, or do you want to defer?
I don't want to talk to you. Elk, I would like to spin.
Well, go for it yourself.
Give that wheel a spin for the cleaner. Oh, Ryan, do you think there's a category he's looking for on this wheel?
I have no doubt he does not want to be near Oscars, so yeah.
Here's a film that was very near to a few Oscars, a franchise indeed that skirts that line a lot. Rocky is your first spin. Rocky.
Speaking of skirting the line, I can see Tony put some weights on the wheel. I don't care. Let's do it again.
Right, a second spin for Mr. Spence.
Let's see if... Oh, looks like the wheel's weighted.
Tony weighted the wheel.
Oh, can I see the wheel again?
All right.
Who cut off his hand? I mean, good job, but
all right. Looks like we may have a choice to be made for Mr. Heald and his manager. You may confer with your manager, Hillbilly Scribbs.
So he's
category you would
Rocky,
like to give?
The two that I'm thinking for him is either 1990s or Rocky. I could easily steal from him from Rocky, but I think 1990s would be more vague for him. The question is. The question is, how much of a sport fan is Spence? I know that to be very little because he doesn't like going outside because the sun burns his little frail skin.
Yeah.
My window is open.
I'm thinking the only sport he probably is good at or knows much about is probably that they're those fancy fishing shows, because they all wear sunglasses on those shows.
Oh yes. So it's 90s or Rocky. I'm gonna go.
We will need a decision. And
Let's go.
Five.
Go 90s, and then hopefully I can get Rocky and clean up. So yeah, 1990s.
1990s it is. All right, you've spun 1990s, Mr. Spence. Now, as much as I'd like to shepherd the man, the myth, the legend, the cleaner to his victory, I've been told, for fairness' sake, as a member of the Dollhouse, that I will not be allowed to ask Spence his questions for this round. So Ryan, why don't you take it away?
All right, James, you have spun 90s movies, and so let's see if the 90s will be kind to you. Your first question. In Reservoir Dogs, who plays Mr. Blue?
Mr. Blue. Multiple choice.
Okay, multiple choice. Your options are A, Harvey Keitel, B, Steve Buscemi, C, Edward Bunker, or D, Quentin Tarantino.
C.
C is correct for 1 point. James ups his lead. All right, let's move on to your second question in 90s movies. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna love this one. All right, in the movie Face Off, who did Alessandro Nivola play?
You kidding? Sure. Multiple choice.
Okay, this is a guilty pleasure of mine, but let's do multiple choice. Okay,
Guilty
he
pleasure,
plays.
it's amazing.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying this is a guilty pleasure of my mind. No, I'm just gonna move on multiple choice. I don't want to get into this. Your multiple choice is A, Sean Archer, B, Castor Troy, C, Victor Lazaro, or D, Pollux Troy.
Pollux Troy.
1 point again to James to up his lead to 9.
That is correct. Don't feel too bad, Ryan. When James Spence hears guilty pleasure, he thinks of things that could get you arrested in most of the United States.
But that's what Florida's for, boys.
Well, I can tell by that blood-soaked visor, he does have a Dexter quality to him. And I mean that in the most polite way.
Hold it. We can see it closely. That's not blood. That's just nail polish. He's just really bad at doing manicures.
All right. Well, nail polish aside, or those ketchup stains, let's move on to question 3 in the 90s movie. Your third question. Who plays the PI that Ted hires to find Mary in There's Something About Mary?
Ooh. Think another
This
name.
movie, the first time I watched it, I recall.
Gotta be safe. Multiple choice.
Okay, James, we are moving to multiple choice, and your options are A, Kevin Dillon, B, Kevin Bacon, C, Matt Dillon, or D, Ben Stiller.
I was gonna say Matt Bomer, so I'm glad I went to multiple choice. Is it Matt Dillon?
You are correct for another point, Matt Dillon. He's definitely, you will definitely recognize him more once you see what he looked like in that movie with that creepy mustache.
Whenever I see a generic white guy, I just answer Matt Bomer. Glad I know more now.
Hey, he plays Larry Trainer in Doom Patrol, and I love that movie, and I loved White Collar. So I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take that insult. So let's just move on to your
I'll
final
your opinion
question.
when I even know what those movies are.
Doom Patrol is something that's on that's DC, but you know what? Okay,
Look, he
that's
doesn't
the
play.
geek in me coming
He's
out.
not in that. You're thinking Brendan Fraser.
No, Larry Trainer is the negative man. Brendan Fraser is the robot man.
No, Negative Man is in Spider-Man PS4.
All right, come on, keep going.
Let's do this, okay? Before we get into
Already
a comic
annoyed.
debate. In question 4, your final question in 90s movies. What kind of treat does Billy Madison want his maid to pack in for lunch?
What kind of treats did you like in your lunch when you were a kid, Ryan?
Well, I was a big fan of Dunkaroos, but sadly, they're no longer here in the States. God!
Hey, don't get that multiple choice for me.
4.
That's a good one. So multiple choice then. Let's do this. A, string cheese. B, snack pack. C, cookie. Or D, a brownie.
Your Dunkaroos game, Ryan. I've got to say, I was a Gushers man myself.
B.
You say B?
Yeah.
All right. Asens is correct for another point. He wanted Snack Pack. He threw a tantrum because he couldn't get Snack Pack.
That we come to Healed. Healed, you are currently at a 6-point deficit. It is your turn to spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're in
What
a
is
solid B.
spin?
1. Wait the wheel. Come on, baby.
Spinny, spinny
Yeah,
wheel,
bonus choice
spinny,
again.
spinny wheel, spinny, 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 spinny wheel, spinny, spinny wheel, spinny, spinny wheel.
Slowing
spinny,
down.
spinny.
Ooh.
Modern classics, Tony.
In today's culture, that could mean anything.
I'm pretty confident in that. There's a few more on there that I know I'll do better in, but it's also the case where I don't think Spence will be able to steal much from it if I do screw up. What are you thinking, Scribs?
Well, we definitely need to try to get some 2 points
Yeah.
on some of these.
Like, look, I'll be probably. Yeah, if I didn't go for 2 points, better spin again. Spin it.
Spinning away from modern classics, let's give it that spin and let's see where it lands. Will this be a good thing? Will this be a bad thing? Oh, towards
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Full chart.
Balboa himself.
He used that reality stone very well.
Rising up,
Right.
back up the street. Took my time, took my chances.
You got the eye of the tiger there, baby.
Tony, your singing as good as your comedy. Non-existent.
Hey, I'm pretty funny.
We have your
I'm actually just funny
category.
looking. All right, cool.
4 questions coming your way.
Yes, sir.
Crap, there was my pen.
Category of Rocky. Movie in the Rocky franchise not to be written by Sylvester Stallone.
He wrote 7. I think the only one he's not written is Creed 2. So Creed 2, final answer.
Creed 2. Correct, James for the steal.
Ooh.
Rocky Balboa.
Also incorrect. The answer we have here is Creed.
Are you sure?
The
I'm,
first.
yeah, I'm pretty sure, but he
yeah.
did right.
Challenge on the board.
Yeah, I'm going to challenge that.
Challenge. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this at the desk.
Well,
We'll be right back to
great,
you.
Simon.
One
Good
moment.
challenge.
Yeah, challenge it.
Get into our investigate mode.
Right, fans, we are back. Sorry for that brief delay in the action. Upon reference, we checked out a few different sources. It looks like Creed has a story by credit for Sylvester Stallone, but unfortunately, the screenplay was by Coogler and Covington. No actual direct writing by Stallone himself. So we are going to rule that the question was correct as written. Challenge will be charged to Healed. Both players still did not get the question correct. We will not change the scores, and we will move on to your next.
That was a good challenge Tony did make. I mean, it's good to always get your bases covered.
Oh, God, I'm getting angry now. Screw the job. Let's go.
Seems like that swear jar is very, very heavy indeed. Not surprising. Mr. Healed, let's move to your next question, the category of Rocky.
Yep.
All right, your second question, Tony, in the category of Rocky movies. Finish this Clubber Lang quote from Rocky 3. Getting out while you can. Don't give this sucker no statue. Give him blank.
I'm like 70% sure I know it, but I'm going to go multiple choice just to be safe.
Absolutely. Multiple choice. I can give that to you. And at this point, as a proud member of the Dollhouse, I'd like to point out that means that there's no chance you can catch up to James Spence by the end of this round. Your multiple choice are
Or start swearing. Go.
courage, guts, the easy way, or a chance. That's A, courage, B, guts, C, the easy way, D, a chance.
I'm sure it's pension, but guts. Final answer.
Guts is absolutely correct. Let's put a point on the board for Tony. Good use of multiple choice, especially since it put him out of that scoring threshold. Let's go to your next question, Tony. How many movies in the Rocky franchise were composed by Bill Conti?
Tony, please no jokes about that. We don't need to put more work on our wonderful editor.
Shut up. I'm trying to think.
All right, got to figure out how many movies there were composed by Bill Conti, and you have 5.
I'm pretty sure
4,
the
3,
original
2.
4. Final answer.
4 is your final answer, which unfortunately is incorrect. Or perhaps fortunately, James the Cleaner Spence, for the steal, your question: how many movies in the Rocky franchise were composed by Bill Conti?
You know what? Let's just assume he forgot one. Say 5.
To make that is a 2-point steal for James.
Oh.
Looks like the editors will be having fun with fun.
Duck.
His vacation is getting closer by the second. What do you say, Ryan? You ready to go sip some Mai Tais on the beach on Tony's tab?
Well,
You know what?
well, it looks like the
Tony.
wind is chilling down here.
I swear to God, I will deck you if you say another word to me.
I like pina coladas.
I'm gonna
hope you
deck
get
you.
caught
I am
in the
gonna deck
rain.
you in December.
All right, gentlemen, let's cool it on down. We've still got some match ahead of us. The round is not over, and you can still put some points on the board, Tony. But I will say, this is the kind of situation where you're really going to want to try to get that too. So here comes your question. Is the role of Buddy Marcel in the film Creed 2?
Who plays the bro, Buddy Marcel? He's the promoter. He's that guy. He's random white guy. Multiple choice.
For you, your multiple choice options to the question: how many movies? Sorry, what actor plays Buddy Marcel in Creed 2?
Don't think
Your
we
multiple
can-
choice options, Tony, are A. Louis Gossett Jr., B. Russell Hornsby, C. Shamar Moore, D. Byron James. Some deep cut questions in this Rocky category, Ryan. I don't know if this is going to work out for him the way that he wanted. I'm pretty sure it's not.
Well, it's proven throughout every league. Not the strengths, unfortunately, get you in the end.
A, final answer.
Final answer, A, Louis Gossett Jr. And with that, we will go to James the Cleaner Spence for the potential steal. That is incorrect.
It's
James,
B.
your options.
Let's be.
Russell Hornsby is the correct answer. 1 more point on the board for James Spence. What a round number 2. Ryan, how exciting was that? Lots of steals going on, and an opponent's choice fought back from by James Spence. I'm not saying Tony didn't give it his all, but this is not the situation you want to find yourself in at the end of round 2.
And I will say, James proved me wrong from my earlier statements. I said I'd be shocked if he gets at least past 10 points, and he has. And also, as I've had experience in the past, when I get a strength of my own, it's either deep cut questions or movies I'm not that familiar with that always get me in the end. So I've definitely been in Tony's shoes before, and believe me, I don't ever want to be in those shoes again. I know this is just going to fuel Tony into the final round.
Well, you know what they say, folks. It's not over till it's over, although I'm liking the way it's looking right now. Let's get to round number 3 so we can declare a winner here. All right, round number 3 it is, and here we are. The rules for round number 3, gentlemen, will go as follows. Each competitor will give us 3 numbers ranging between 1 and 15. From those numbers, you will be given a category from various different fields of the movie trivia galaxy. Your first question will be worth 2 points, your second worth 3, and your third worth 5. Repeats and challenges still in effect, which means, Tony, you have 3 repeats for this round. James, you have all your repeats and your challenge remaining. And there is no penalty for stealing or missing a question in this round, except for the fact that you do not get the points. If you guys are ready to go and you understand the rules, I'm looking at the board that has James the Cleaner Spence in a lead. So James, can I get your numbers first?
How many numbers? Or what's the range?
1 to 15, please.
Great. First number will be 6, because that's how many points Tony will have at the end of this. 14, because that's all the points I need. And let's do 5, which is my fun number.
6.
I'm not pissing
14,
around. 1, 2, 3.
5. All right, we have our numbers selected. And once again, Ryan, you will be giving the questions to Tony. So why don't you go ahead and let's get this thing going.
All right, no problem. So, Tony, you picked number 1 for your 2-pointer. And that category is in action adventure.
Cool.
All right. What is the subtitle to the second Sherlock Holmes movie directed by Guy Ritchie?
The Game of Shadows.
That is correct for 2 points, Tony. You have jumped up. Now we are going to
board.
All right, let's move into your 3-point question. And this one falls into animated movies.
Cool.
Okay, and your 3-point question. Name one of the three suitors to Merida in Brave.
I need this.
5, 4.
Repeat.
All right. Your question in animated. Name one of the three suitors to Merida in Brave.
That's a bit of a deep cut from a movie that I recall didn't do too well at the box office. There's a real good chance he hasn't seen this, and if he has, it's probably been a while.
It sucks. Hamish.
Hamish.
All right, Hamish is incorrect, which means
Correct.
and your winner, representing the Dollhouse, James the Cleaner.
No,
It seems like James is happy about his victory, Ryan.
yeah, he is incredibly happy. And Tony, the answer to the question was one of the suitors' name was Dingwall. Like Dingwall McIntosh.
Dingwall, Macintosh, and MacGuffin would have been the acceptable answers. Dingwall, Macintosh, and MacGuffin.
Sorry.
That's a 3-pointer. Okay.
All right, what do you say, Ryan? How about it? A crazy match, lots of back and forth. Opponent's choice for James Spence in round 2, but he fights his way through, and in the end takes a fairly commanding technical knockout victory.
Yes, he does, Andrew. And I, just like before, I predicted this might be a TKO finish. But I am surprised the way it went. Just round 2 looked like it was really going to swing in Tony's way when he gave James opponent's choice. And then also for him when he got Rocky. But apparently looked like luck is not the only thing that matters when it comes to the wheel. It also involves in the luck of the questions you get. James played very smart when it came to using multiple choice for each of his questions. And just like I've said before, I have fallen victim to my to a category I'm strong in, so I'm not alone with Tony on that. But I do know that he will climb back up, because one thing when it comes to losses, it not only does it piss you off, but it just motivates you even more. And hopefully, I know if one thing I know about Tony, he wants James again down the road. I have a feeling it's just right there in my gut. He wants him again.
Well, I will admit, round 2 didn't quite go the way even I was expecting. With opponent's choice coming up, it's a hard-fought battle to come back from something like that. And James, the Cleaner Spence, taking down the TKO victory today. Also, he's got sharp objects in his hand, so now is the best time of all to throw to our post-match interviews. We've got Jimmy Hazard Deary taking over those duties today. And first up, he's going to have Tony and his manager, Hillbilly Scribbs. Take it away, Jimmy.
We have Hillbilly and Tony Hill with us today in the Elks Lodge. How are you guys today?
Do you want to speak first, Scribbs? Because
Well, sure, I'll speak first. We've been better, but, we just got to shake this off. That cleanser feller, despite his stellar record in the league, he's not really a slouch. He knows his stuff when he has the right questions. And, today was just one of those days he got the right questions and Smashmouth did not. But we're going to shake it off. I really don't think this is over between Tony and James. I think we're going to see them go at each other again down the road. But this was just our first kind of salvo against that there Dollhouse. And it ain't over by a long shot.
Yeah, this is the part where I'm meant to be funny. This is the part where I'm meant to like make jokes at you, Jamie, that because that's what I do in these. However, I'm not happy. I'm really not. I don't want to pretend to like be the clown and do all this all that because I'm not happy. This was a bad loss, and I like. All right, breaking everything. James is an underrated player. He gets bad luck all the time against people that he gets put against in classics and full mail. He plays well. He just ends up losing to a better competitor 9 times out of 10. He's a very good player. It's just the fact that his mouth runs off a little bit too much. So losing to him, I'm more than happy to accept that because he's a good player in secret. But what is that, those rocky questions, I should have done better in them. I knew some of the answers, and also stuff from behind. I think like I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's a few things I felt were an issue there, but
Swear jar.
But yeah,
One of my questions actually: how many you put in that swear jar a year?
that's like 2 weeks.
Oh,
It
that
fills
must
up
be
quick.
quite a lot of money right there.
That's all like.
So-
But yeah, like I've got some like I don't even like have. Normally I do this where I'm like, oh, I'm trying to make a joke at the end of it, but it's like I got an out. Like I've got some serious questions I have to ask now because frankly I'm tired of getting. I'm trying not to swear. I'm tired of having just like looking at this and just going, wait, so that's happened, that happened, that happened, that happened, and there I end up with another loss. Great.
And Hillbilly, since we have you here, what's next for the fraction after that defeat?
Well, I got 2 things to tell you. One, about the
Can
fraction.
count to 2? Wow.
Yes. One.
Ishan's teaching him.
That's right. Ishan's been teaching me a lot of the numbers and the letters. But one, about the fraction, you know who's in our crosshairs right now is that there Ruby, that poser, pretender, wannabe Kingslayer feller. We're going after him. And B, we ain't done with the Dollhouse. They're in our crosshairs too. And 4, I got something to say to my main man, the Smashmouth here. I know you seemed a little off today. I've been making some phone calls, and I might have someone else coming into the fraction. If he says yes. I know you can't have a yin without a yang. You can't have peanut butter without jelly. You can't have the fishes without the chips. Now, I don't really get that last reference.
That's
but-
what we eat over here.
Right? I put the phone call out to this man's partner.
So
Should I be afraid?
the most underrated
Is there
player in any of the
someone who
fan
has
leagues.
does he have some psychotic tendencies?
No, he's saying. So I guess we'll announce it because the most underrated player in any of the fan leagues, Jacoby the Barbarian Bancroft, is going to be coming to Movie Trivia Face Off, and he will kick the ever-loving crap out of people. Like, I'm 100% biased. He's one of my closest friends in this league. He's going to decimate people. Like, I'm good. He's on a whole nother level.
Can't wait to see that, Jacoby. Welcome aboard. And now we're gonna throw it to James the Cleaner Spence, arguably the second best hair in the business. And we're back with James the Cleaner Spence. Before we start, I don't want to face you down. Don't challenge me. Don't say I'm no good. Whatever. How are you?
You just
James?
ruined half of my bits I had planned. But
I know.
So being in California, I got this wonderful little pin from a little theater in LA. Now I gotta represent my first ever victory in singles. And just like, Geek, I win by KO. Last person tried to shoot up to me, whatever you wanted to say. Same thing happened to little pathetic Hunter. And
Technically, TKO, not KO. Please.
does it really
Get
matter?
your facts straight.
Two of the 3 same letters is about the same. And Tony didn't even get 2 of the 3 questions right. I'm just evening the
stuff
playing
happens.
field.
So what's up with the Dollhouse now that I think the Dollface is hidden somewhere in the woods? How is that going?
You know, I've been planning my own little thing every now and then. You'll see. I've got my own agenda, my own little side gigs going on, and when the league is ready to see them, you'll see them.
All right. You should check that out. That throat that makes you laugh like this. Not normal.
Oh, should I?
Oh. Well, we don't do CG in the movie Trio Face Off, so be careful with that knife. Next for James Spence. Now that you won your first singles match, what's next for you?
Well, I mean, you're already running away from me. I could defeat you in 2 leagues. So you're off the table for now. I really don't have anyone in mind, per se. I mean, I'm going to destroy David and Geek when that comes, because, you know, I'm amazing. Anyone else want to step up to the plate? I will happily destroy them. If I can defeat one half the loudest team on the planet, let's defeat the other one. Or, who knows, the Dollface has many other people they want to take down. You know, Scribbler, let's do him. I can make more jokes about a backwater hick. I've already faced one of them.
All right. Coming off a big win against Tony the Smashmouth heel, this is James Spence. Coming back now to Elk. Thank you, Elk.
All right, a big thank you to Jimmy Deary for those post-match interviews, taking over the Elks Lodge just for today. Don't worry, I still hold the lease on that one. Ryan, what do you got to say about our match today? Very exciting outcome.
Yeah, truly exciting. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, he is your partner. He is your brother in the Dollhouse. But I'm going to be honest with you, James. Anyone can lose one match, but you have to be humble when you win because you have no idea where you're going to go in the future. I know that, for example, I thought in the tournament I would be the bracket buster to destroy everyone's brackets, but my luck didn't run out there. So I know exactly what it means to be humbled by a win and a loss. Now, if James, for some reason, does not think or believe that is not possible in his cards, well, trust me when I tell you I am more than happy to climb down from my mountain, take my little mountain goats aside, get the milk from them later, and then come down and maybe teach James some respect. If not, I am throwing myself out there. I am still viable in the round robin in Geek. So if we ever cross paths there, James, I just say be careful because this is a mountain you're not going to be able to climb. But with that being said, he is your partner and your brother, Elk, and I mean no disrespect. And one thing's for sure, I do not want to get the wrath of Dollface because technically the forests are not that far from a mountain. She could surprise me and dethrone me off of there, and then all of a sudden I'm homeless. I have nowhere to live except the caves of loneliness and solitude and isolation.
All right, Ryan Payne coming down from what sounds like somewhere in the Lord of the Rings movies in order to help me out on the desk today. Thank you very much, Ryan. And you said one thing there that I do think is very interesting. You got to take it one match, one opponent, one question, or in the case of the Dollhouse, one victim at a time. I started this off by saying it's a suicide mission to go up against the Dollhouse, and Tony Heald fought hard today, but in the end, he went down to James the Cleaner Spence, a TKO victory for the Dollhouse, for James Spence. It's been an incredible matchup, and as always, it's been a pleasure for you, the Face-Off fanatics, to have me, Andrew the Elk Calc, here to call it all for you. I have a great time every time I call one of these matches, and I want to throw out a big thank you, a big shout out to all of you, all of our fans who make this possible, who watch the matches. Remember to like, remember to share with people, get the word out there about the movie Trivia Face-Off, and of course, the Schmodown as well. We wouldn't be here without them. Thank you as well to all of our backstage people, all of our editors, our question writers, everybody who works so hard every day to make sure that this league keeps putting out quality content. Check them out on the bottom of your screen there. Thank you to you, Ryan Payne, for joining me. Thank you to our competitors, Tony Heald and James Spence. It's been a crazy matchup. That's what we bring you. We're going to bring you another one real soon, but for now, I'll be signing off until next time we face off.